What's going on? This video gonna be about NBA player Brandon Jennings said that he blames LeBron James and Chris Paul for ruining the NBA, and he's right in a 25 to 30% level, but there were other factors that he left out. If you look at modern play with the players' so-called empowerment, it appears that they're doing what they want. LeBron has definitely benefited from it, been moving as a free agent, circling, just as Kevin Durant has, Kyrie Irving, the guys who usually cry in the drama kings and go on. And Chris Paul, NBA Player Association, etc. However, the NBA, when the late David Stern, now Adam Silver, set this all in motion because they romanticized Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, who are two of the greatest players ever, and then Michael Jordan, another great all-time great, etc. But they selectively took not only who wins, the place that they win, but then they kind of like ran a formula. So those guys won, but it did not apply to all. So when they started picking superstars and on certain teams or situations, it did not apply at all. For instance, you never hear Isaiah Thomas get his due. 3 straight finals, 2 back-to-back chips. Never hear that. So Hakeem Olajuwon. And I will point out in modern day and time, Dirk Nowitzki with Dallas when they beat Miami. Don't really want a lot of upsets and don't want that rare finals that nobody will hardly watch, like Giannis and Tupapopo when Milwaukee beat Phoenix. We want superstars in known situations. Now, before someone asks me about Tim Duncan and the Spurs, great. And I hold Tim Duncan all-time high. Greg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches ever, Parker Ginobili, etc. However, it doesn't get romanticized. The thing is when I say romanticized and I'm tying this in with Jennings, the problem with the NBA is a few things. 30 years ago when their dream team beat the Olympic team, it's like David Stern felt sorry for the overseas teams and said, oh, let's water this league down. Euro stepping, Euro acting, brought that over, the 3-ball. But an interesting thing came along. The baddest dude to emerge with the 3-ball was not from Europe, but his name was Steph Curry. Ain't that something? And then James Harden took the Euro step. Ain't that something? So they've tried all that. And let me get into the political, racial aspects even more. Remember, Allen Iverson was cutting edge, and he was the bad boy, and this and that. And Dennis Rodman too, and they didn't want rap music, they didn't want this. Well, now they done brought all that full circle. They took 70s style because the ABA came to the NBA, which is nothing new. It's just that guys back in the day had more sophistication, more savoir-faire. When you watch Walt Clyde Frazier talk and dress, it matched. Just like Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the late Bill Russell. Guys were well-spoken. Wilt Chamberlain had a certain decorum. They had certain decorum and finesse. And the guys always had antics and colorful characters. But guys, even tough guys like Charles Oakley, still come with decorum and form. Michael Jordan. They had a certain era that they did. The modern era, the culture changed, they allowed it. So now they kind of play go along, get along. They want a hybrid of all this and all that. They want to present this kind of between the fashion show and between the way the game is played. And they want all this to kind of revolve around all that. But what have they done to the game? Well, they watered the game down, but that started the head office. It had not much to do with the players. I know, contrary to popular demand and belief, yeah, look, I get tired of LeBron's antics just like everybody else. Durant, Kyrie Irving, people crying, James Harden crying. However, this is what the powers that be wanted on their plantation. They knew as long as you do certain things a certain way, we'll work with it because, hey, we still own you and you still got to go through this in these channels. And if you eventually play for a contending team or a place that we feel sells tickets and can win, okay, there you go. Yeah, I do feel there's a lot of fixture involved and there's a lot of situations involved. He got a point, but he need to talk about the commissioners. He need to talk about how they have allowed the traveling, how they've allowed the flopping, how they have allowed the 3-point ball, they took the low post out the game, and how they have manipulated marginal players into now they're specialists. And how you get bums like J.J. Redick and Kendrick Perkins, all of a sudden some NBA experts, how they can go into the booth. It was one thing I can respect Tim Legler because he was a 3-point specialist when he played for Washington, and he was a decent player. But no one is sitting around on every word he says. He's good at what he does. But you get bums like J.J. Redick and Kendrick Perkins talking like, oh, what has happened? They made the game more social, and they made the game more accessible, but in ways that has cheapened it. The product ain't matching, and it shows. And these guys, look, they play hard enough to get their brand, to get their bag, and to bounce. Brand, bag, bounce. Three B's. And that is what the NBA wants. The NBA got exactly what they wanted. They wanted watered down. They said, well, no, you can't be this, but you might could be that. You know. And they made it. That's what All Star game is unbearable. And it's tough to, they're officiating, again, makeup calls, doing this and that. The days of home cooking calls are gone. So Brandon Jennings got a certain point, but he ain't go deep enough about the politics that the commissioners and the NBA and the powers that be wanted. They have whitewashed the game, and they have made it into a compartmentalized of all aspects of street ball, professional ball, and then another style of ball. They did that on purpose. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. We can go on about the NBA, but you see how it's been trickled and touched up. I'm out.